Good morning, everyone. Well, here it is, day 2. We're back out on our land. How you doing? The dogs are in the truck. We are going to go out back here and survey the rest of the land. We just met our neighbors next door. Very nice people. They were able to help us figure out exactly where the boundary line between our property and their property is. And they also told us that this ditch or culvert that's running through 1/4 of our property is a flood runoff, which is good, which means as long as the water stays in there, we're good. But that's good to know. We're going to utilize that moving forward. So we're going to get out and we're going to get back in the woods and see what the rest of this property looks like. Why don't you guys come along with us? Oh, right down the back. Oh. Back to me. As you can see, it's pretty thick through here, but there is plenty of timber in here to be had. We're about 1/4 of the way through to the back side. So we're gonna keep going on the trail we blazed yesterday. We get up to the marker we put in yesterday, and that'll be all fresh land. All right, guys, we're coming up on our marker. Here's the marker we put in yesterday. And we put a marker going out to the culvert going that way, but we're gonna keep going this way till we get to the back side of the property. So the camera's acting up a little bit in the cold. Missy's got to get her fingers in her gloves, so we're gonna put the camera away. When we get to the back side, we'll show you what's going on back there. All right, see you in a minute.
Okay, guys, so we're having mic issues again. It's pretty cold out, but that's the fence line that comes up, and it comes to this fence line, which is the back corner of our land. Now, it goes 675 feet that way and another 300 feet this way. And this is the Stiles cattle pasture. And they let us drive out here and take a look at our land from the back side when we came down to buy it. And we kind of drove the whole section. But I'll tell you, look at these timbers that we have out here. I mean, you just look at this one. This has got to be 35 inches in diameter and easily 75, 100 feet tall, of straight arrow loblolly pine. The amount of board feet in the timber back here is just incredible. I mean, I am going to have no problem getting all the lumber I need for the house, the outbuildings, everything that we need. I just don't see any issues with it at all. So what we're gonna do is head back north along this property line until we get to the other corner post, and the other side of our property. And we're going to see what we can see in there as we go. It's about 326, 328 feet, and then another 675 according to the deed. So we're going to survey the whole thing today.
We followed that fence line down, and right over here about 15 feet is the boundary and our neighbor's yard that we just met, and that goes this way. So this is all perfectly good farmable pasture land. Now that culvert that runs across a little section of our property dumps out on the neighbor's property about 25 yards over, 30 yards over that way. So we're gonna see where that skirts back onto our property and check it out. The neighbor said that during the rainy season that washes through there. But we walked through it yesterday. It's a deep culvert, and that's a good thing. That means all that water is going to be contained in there. And he said that it comes across the road, and the road is not washed out. If there was a lot of water coming across the road, the county would have actually dug up the road and put actual culverts under the road to keep the road from washing out. So I don't think it flows super fast. I think it just gets deep in there for the rainy season. So that's a good thing. And we can dike it up on our side if we have to. There's going to be plenty of earth to be moved around. So we're going to head off this way and see what we can see. All right, guys? See you in a bit.
Okay guys, we're having a little bit of mic trouble again, so I'm gonna have to narrate this part. I do apologize. But as you can see, we came back out onto the power line through the woods. I didn't see anything back there that's gonna give us any trouble. Up this way is our property line where we first went in, and back over this way is my truck and the neighbor's property line. So everything worked out fine. I didn't see anything back there that was going to give us any trouble. As far as I can tell, we should have no problem farming this land. I didn't see any issues with rocks or ledge. This section right here, on this side of the culvert, we're going to leave timbered until a later date and see what happens with that. But I'm gonna go let the dogs out of the truck, let them run around, because we've got some other things we've got to get done today. So I'm gonna go do that. All right, guys, we are back at the truck. We ended up coming right down the fence line. The property and
line ends right behind the truck. So
It does.
everything looks good in there. That little drainage ditch that runs through that little section, I don't think that's going to be a big problem for us.
It's a small area.
It's a very small area.
It was much nicer today. We were able to see a lot more.
We were. And I think when we do the clearing, we're going to build like a little dike on both sides of that. So it wasn't wet in there. It's not swampy or anything. It's not like it's a dry riverbed or anything. It's just runoff when they have heavy rains. And we're going to build a little dike to try and, reinforce it to keep any of that water from coming up into the farming land part of it. We need a place to put stumps and stuff like that anyway, and that will work just fine. So I think that's pretty good. What do you think?
We got a lot done today.
We did get a lot done. We got more to do though. When we leave here, we're going to go up to the county seat.
Yes.
Is Salem. So we got to go up there. We got to go to the CoOp, which is the water and power. Have a chat with them about what it's going to take to get water and power brought out here. And then we got to go to the county courthouse where our deed was filed.
Yes.
Because they have the wrong address for us up north, and I don't want to miss tax papers or anything like that. So we got to go and make sure that's all straightened out. And then we're going to take a little ride around just to see what's out there for businesses that we might want to frequent, or places that we might need. And we're going to head back to the cottage and get ready for tomorrow.
Yes.
So thanks for coming along. We'll show you when we get over to the county office.
Also, just so everyone knows, it snowed pretty much all day yesterday, and there's another snowstorm coming. Another 2 to 4 inches.
It's supposed to be coming in tonight.
And this is as much snow as they've ever seen in such a long time.
Yeah, we talked to the neighbor earlier, and he says this is highly unusual for them. So, sorry, Arkansas. So that's where we're at. We're going to go run some errands. We're going to do some stuff, and we'll get back to you before we sign off for the day. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Their lobby is closed, so we're gonna go to their drive-up window. So we had to do the drive-up window here at the CoOp, and it's all good news. So they will run power for free 1,320 feet or a quarter of a mile, as long as we have an 800 square foot house, which we are building, or bigger. Their rate right now is 10 cents a kilowatt hour, and it drops to 7 in the summer. They will hook us up power for our camper as long as we have the footings for the house in place. But their engineer will get in touch with us at that point and take care of it. They don't want a temporary structure, run power lines and poles for a temporary structure. So we weren't going to put the footings in until we actually got here in the camper, but that really doesn't change things much. We're using sonotube footings for our house, and when we come down in August before we move in, that's when we were going to make sure the septic was in and all that. I can just set up the sonotubes at that point, and then they can run the power in, and we can get a box hooked up so that when we get here with the camper, we have power and water and septic until we get the house built. So we're gonna head over to the county seat now and talk to them. Hopefully we can get in there and talk to somebody. I don't see anybody. Looks like, oh, there's a stray dog right there. No, I don't see anybody doing anything. That's the federal building, Revenue Office and Veterans and Suspension. So, we'll go swing back around again. There's the water department.
Yep, there it is.
Should we head to the cabin? Rock out. That's what he sees.
What does he see? Oh, say hi, puppy. Oh.
Alright guys, we're back at our little cottage. Dogs have been walked. I got dinner on. Alright. It's chicken medley. I believe I've made that online for you guys before, and if I did, I will leave a link up here for you. Nice, simple, easy recipe. But Missy's been doing most of the cooking on this trip, and I wanted to give her a little bit of a break. So she's been playing camera woman, and she's been doing an excellent job, so I thought I'd give her a little break from that. So we're back here, and our day is done. The other contractor that we were supposed to see, he couldn't make it out today because of weather. We're going to try and do that tomorrow. I got 2 contractors I'm supposed to see before we leave. I went to the county seat to see the deed people, but that office was closed. I guess down here in Arkansas, they really don't get any kind of snow like they got over the last few days, and it literally shuts things down. We took a ride around town today, and there was 1 out of 10 driveways that had been shoveled, or even cars driven out of them. So they really don't go out too much in this kind of weather. And that's fine for them here. We're from New England, and we drive for 3 months in 2, 3, 4, 5 feet of snow. We spend 6 weeks out of the year, most years, with ice and snow-covered roads. So I'm a little bit more used to it. It's nothing against the people of Arkansas. God bless them for not getting so much snow. So that's where we're at. We're going to have some dinner. We're going to settle down. We're going to watch the news. I guess there's another 2 to 4 inches coming in tonight. Hopefully that won't hinder our plans. But we plan to get back out to the land with a contractor tomorrow. And we're going to go, either way, go do some driving around and see what the communities around us have to offer as we move forward. And we're going to take you guys on a trip to do that as well. All right, thank you so much for joining us. As always, please hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell at the bottom to let you know when we got videos coming out. And if you enjoy these videos and you like them, please share them with a friend. All right, everybody, have a good night. Bye-bye.